Smart, smart, do. We are the children, the children of God. Come, come, come. We change our world. We have what it takes to do it smart and make it smart. Welcome to our Smart Do.
Hello, class 7 pupils. Welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to look at scale drawing, and we did this one in the previous class, that is class 6, whereby you said that scale is a representation of the actual distances on a piece of paper or on a map. You can decide to represent a certain measurements on the ground on a piece of paper or on a map. So the representation, representation is what we call the scale. And scale is given in linear form and in statement form, in ratio form and in linear form. Linear form is the scale that you write as a statement. Linear scale, the one write as a statement. For example, when you are told that a piece of land 1 centimeter on the map represents 20 centimeters. 1 centimeter will represent 20 meters. So this is scale in linear form. This is a linear scale. That is, a linear scale is the one we call the statement. A scale which is written as a statement. That 1 centimeter will represent 20 meters. That means 1 centimeter on the map, a line of 1 centimeter on the map will represent a distance that is 20 meters on the ground. Once you place the measurements on the ground, will represent 20 meters. When we are writing scale in ratio form, we use the same units. You use the same units. And which units are these? The scale in linear form is written in centimeters. Scale in ratio form is written in centimeters. So we can say that 1 centimeter, the scale 1 centimeter represents 20 meters. 1 centimeter represents 20 meters can be written as 1 centimeter represents dash centimeters. So we have to convert these meters to centimeters. What is the relationship between meters and centimeters? We say that 1 meter is equivalent to 100 centimeters. So convert these 20 meters to centimeters. You'll have, how do we convert meters to centimeters? We multiply by 100. So this one will be 1 centimeter represents 2000 centimeters. This is just the same scale. We've just changed the units. The scale was 1 centimeter represents 20 meters. So this scale can be written as 1 centimeter represents 2000 centimeters. So as a ratio, the scale will be 1:2000. So when you see a scale which is written this way, you can write it as a statement. 1 centimeter represents 2000 centimeters. Then you can go back to where we began. So a scale in the ratio form and in statement form, the difference is that in linear scale, the ratio is in a form of a statement. 1 centimeter represents 20 meters. So that's how we do it. Then we have another example. Write the scale. We are writing scale in linear scale and ratio form. Then you are given a scale. Write the scale. 1 centimeter represents 0.3 kilometers. 1 centimeter represents 0.3 kilometers. So we can write this scale. This is scale in linear. This is what we call the linear scale. 1 centimeter represents 0.3 kilometers. We can write this scale as a ratio form, whereby we can say 1 centimeter represents, how many meters are these? Convert this one to meters before we go to centimeters, or the relationship between kilometers and meters. We say that 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. So to convert this one to meters, we multiply by 1000. So we can say 1 centimeter represents 300 meters. We've gone from kilometers to meters. We can further now go to centimeters. 1 centimeter represents, how many centimeters are these? Convert meters to centimeters, multiply by 100. So 1 centimeter represents 30,000 centimeters. 1 centimeter represents 30,000 centimeters. This is still the linear scale in the linear scale. We have not gone to the ratio scale. So because now we have centimeters and centimeters, we can write this scale as 1 is to 30,000. Don't say 1 centimeter is to 30,000. When we are giving a scale in ratio form, we don't write units because we know that scale in ratio form, the units are in centimeters. So that is how we write linear scale and ratio scale. We can write the ratio scale in a linear scale. For example, the scale in ratio form, 1 is to 25,000. You are told to write that scale in form of a linear scale. So 1 is to 25,000. This statement is a linear statement. We start from the centimeters. We now insert units. 1 centimeter represents 25,000 centimeters. Now it has now gone from ratio to linear. This is already in a linear form. 1 is to 25,000. I say that ratio in scale in ratio form is always in centimeters. So as a linear scale, we are going to write, once we insert units, it now becomes a linear scale. So 1 centimeter represents 25,000 centimeters. This scale can be written as 1 centimeter represents dash meters. How many meters are these? Convert 25,000 to meters, centimeters to meters. We divide by 1,000. So it will be 1 centimeter represents 250 meters. We convert the centimeters to meters. So it will be 1 centimeter represents 250 centimeters. This scale can still be written as 1 centimeter represents dash kilometers. Convert 250 meters to kilometers. How do we convert kilometers to meters? Meters to kilometers. We divide by 1,000. So the scale will be 1 centimeter represents 0.25 kilometers. That is not the scale in linear form. We've gone from ratio to linear scale. And we say we start from the smallest unit, then we go to meters, then to kilometers. So that is how we express scale in linear and in ratio form. Thank you. Volume is given in cubic units. Why cubic? Because we are counting the number of cubes. So the volume of this cuboid will be 36 cubic units. Cubic units meaning it has 36 cubes. So that is how we calculate the volume of cubes and cuboids through piling. Just count the number of layers, then count the number of cubes in one layer, then you add. Thank you.
Raise Lazarus in front of them. In front of them, so that they may believe. So it was a decision that Jesus made to bring back Lazarus in front of everybody by performing the miracle in front of everybody so that they could believe. So therefore, there are many situations that we read in the Bible whereby different people made different decisions depending on the facts and the situation they were in. So therefore, even us, as we move on in life, it is important that we learn how to make good decisions. We come up with good decisions so that what we decide to do does not affect us in the future or in the present that we are living. So let's always ask God to guide us and help us do what is right. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good time. Bye-bye. And what will befall him in case he did anything wrong. So therefore, when we are faced with tough situations, it is always wise to choose the correct thing. However much pressure might be on us, it is always important that we choose what is right before God. And once you do that, God will always be with you. As we read further on about Joseph, God was there with him throughout his stay, even in prison, and God finally made him a very important person. So therefore, let's always be assertive in what you say, but remember, as you are being assertive, you must do it in a manner that is honest and is not disrespectful to others. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good time. Bye-bye.
Start from the liters side. Any number that remains, convert it to deciliters, multiply by 10 to convert to deciliters. After converting, remember to add this 8 here. Then after adding 8, you work out now 5 divided by 48, you get 9 times. You find that will go 9 times because of 45. Subtract from 48, you get 3. So these are 3 deciliters. Convert those 3 deciliters to milliliters by multiplying by 100. Then after multiply whatever you are getting, add the 25 which was on the milliliters side, so that you get 325. That is now what we've done on this side. We have divided 325 milliliters divided by 5 to get 65. And that is how we work out multiplication and division. Thank you.